Do you like the idea of passive income? Do you also like the idea of getting a 10% year-over-year raise for doing nothing? Would you like to know the Dividend Aristocrats with the fastest dividend growth rates to meet those standards? Then make sure you check out today's video. Before we get started, if you guys wouldn't mind liking the video, it's free and it helps my channel out a lot. This video is going to build off the last video I did, which will be linked up here, where we talked about the fastest growing dividend growth rates on the Dividend Kings list, except this time we're going to look at it from the Dividend Aristocrat list. I again will go over the top stocks from each time period with the fastest dividend growth rates. Now let's get to the content. So the Dividend Aristocrat list actually has a good amount of names for each time period, because these stocks are only on the Aristocrat list and not on the Kings, so they have more room for growth. So I'm going to just list the stock ticker and the same format that we did in the last video, but I'm not going to pronounce the whole name in an effort to try to keep this video as short as possible. With that being said, the leaders for the 1 year dividend growth rate over 10% are BF.B with a 145.87%, T-Row with a 103.33%, SHW with a 23.13%, SPGI with a 14.93%, APD with an 11.94%, EXPD with an 11.54%, LIN with a 10.07%, and NEE with a 10%. The leaders for the 3-year dividend growth rate are LIN with a 72.57%, T-Row with a 37.76%, SHW with a 24.26%, CTAS with a 18.37%, SPGI with a 15.48%, PNR with a 15.19%, AOS with an 11.73%, NEE with an 11.53%, ADP with an 11.01%, APD with a 10.89%, ROP with a 10.72%, and AFL with a 10.15%. Taking a quick look at the 5-year dividend growth rate leaders, we have T-Row with a 27.65%, BF.B with a 25.53%, CTAS with a 20.65%, AOS with a 17.17%, SPGI with a 16.42%, SHW with a 14.46%, ROP with a 13.04%, ADP with a 12.14%, NEE with a 12.1%, APD with an 11.77%, and AFL with a 10.86%. Jumping into the very impressive 10-year dividend growth rate leaders, we have AOS with a 21.60%, CTAS with a 20.20%, T-Row with a 19.43%, BF.B with a 17.33%, ROP with a 17.31%, SHW with a 16.28%, CHD with a 13%, SPGI with an 11.91%, VFC with an 11.68%, NEE with a 10.84%, ECL with a 10.4%, ADP with a 10.01%, and MDT with a 10% even. All right, and last but not least, there are an impressive 24 Dividend Aristocrats with at least a 10% dividend growth rate over the last 20 years. I'm going to try to speed through these as quickly as I can to keep this video short. So in first, we have T-Row with a 17.22, MCD with a 17.06, EXPD with a 17.02, CHD with a 16.41, CAH with a 16.33, CTAS with a 14.67, ROP with a 14.5, AFL with a 14.28, BEN with a 13.59, BF.B with a 13.27, IBM with a 13.19, SHW with a 12.93, MDT with a 12.79, NUE with a 12.25, BRO with an 11.91, ADP with an 11.65, GD with an 11.29, VFC with an 11.28, AOS with an 11.09, WMT with a 10.90, APD with a 10.67, ADM with a 10.66, ECL with a 10.55, and MKC with a 10.11%. 20-year dividend growth rate. All right, and again, if you guys made it to this part in the video, I appreciate you guys for sticking around. So the fun fact for this video is that T. Rowe and Sherwin-Williams are the only two companies on the Dividend Aristocrat list that have had a 10% dividend growth rate over the last 20 plus years, meaning they have been in a 10% growth rate for the last 1, 3, 5, 10, and 20-year periods, which is pretty impressive. I wanted to leave you guys with the little comparisons from where these companies came from to where they are now. So back in 1995, T. Rowe was paying out just 26.5 cents per share per year, and in 2021, they paid $7.32 per share per year. This is a 2,662.26% total dividend growth, which comes out to a 102.39% year-over-year dividend growth rate over the past 26 years. So T. Rowe just increased their dividend for the 36th year in a row in the beginning of 2022, which means in the beginning of 2023, they are due to raise their dividend for the 37th consecutive year in a row. Taking a look at the other side with Sherwin-Williams, back in 1995, Sherwin-Williams paid out just 8 cents per share per year, and in 2021, they paid $2.20 per share per year. This is a 2,650% total dividend growth, which comes out to a 101.92 year-over-year dividend growth rate over the past 26 years. Sherwin-Williams just raised their dividend for the 44th consecutive year at the beginning of 2022, and they're expected to raise for the 45th consecutive time at the beginning of 2023. Well, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Be sure to like the video if you guys enjoyed the content and or learned something here today. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you're new here. I post dividend related videos every Monday and Friday, and I'm also open to suggestions for what you guys want to see in the comments down below. Speaking of the comments down below, make sure you guys comment down below if you guys subscribe so I can personally thank you. Also, let me know if you guys have any of these Dividend Aristocrats and if you guys actually place a really good emphasis on the dividend growth rate when picking your stocks. If you guys are interested in the raw data that I collected for the making of this video, just email me at dividendobsession@gmail.com and I can send that out to you so you guys can have that information for yourself. But until next time, see ya.